a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. And you are a blessing. You shall be a blessing.
Calling all rabbis, 6 o'clock.
It's 5:59 and a half, everybody.
Something like that. Close enough.
All right. Hang on, everyone. Let me just get this. You can continue to talk amongst yourselves. Let me just get this figured out here as we can. Again, let me just get the slides going here. There we go. Okay. Nate, are we good? All right. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
We are looking forward to welcoming each other and welcoming Shabbat for this final Shabbat of 2023. So we say Shalom to 2023 and also shalom to 2024 with the hopes that it is also a year of shalom, year of greater wholeness and greater peace for us and also for the world. We'll begin singing together with Hine Matov, as we always do, how good it is that we are gathered here together this evening.
Matov u'manayim, she'erachim gam yachad. Hine 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 matov u'manayim, she'erachim gam yachad. She'erachim gam yachad.
We'll say Shabbat Shalom and welcome back to TBS. Want to give us an opportunity to now welcome each other, so you can turn to someone you know, or even better, someone you don't, and say Shabbat Shalom. This is such a warm, lovely group we have here this evening.
Shabbat shalom. Howard, Shabbat shalom.
I want to ask if there's anyone who would like to light our Shabbat candles for us this evening. Any volunteers? Anyone want to do it? No? B, thank you so much. As we welcome light into our midst, let's read together here on the slides. The first mitzvah in the Torah is let there be light. So we are commanded, in everything you do, be a menorah, a bringer of light. Live with honor, act with integrity, do your work with passion, and the radiance of your deeds will live after you. May our ideals burn bright, forever unextinguished, and may we live our lives like the flames we kindle, always stretching upward, striving for the good, reaching for you. Beautiful intention of light to begin this new year. We'll now continue welcoming the Sabbath bride with Lachad Odi. We'll keep singing together, and at that last stanza, we will rise and face the entrance.
Lachad Odi, Likrat Kala, Erev Shabbat, Mekabela, Lachad Odi, Likrat Kala, Erev Shabbat, Mekabela, Shamu v'zacho b'dibur echad, Ishmi'anu el ha'meyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, Shemu tiferet v'litefila, Lechad Odi, Likrat Kala, Erev Shabbat. נקבלה לך אדוני לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי 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 כי באורך קומי אורי 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נמלך לך אדוני לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך אדוני לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
We invite you, if you are able, to please rise and face the entrance.
אוהי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצוהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך אדוני לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך אדוני לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
We'll remain standing as we continue with Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam va'ed. You may be seated for a moment. We'll continue, if you have a prayer book, on page 27 or here on our screens, with another intention for this new year. Teach me. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days. Lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways. We'll continue singing together with Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael. Great, abundant is your love for the people Israel.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amech Avta, Amcha Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shokfeinu u'kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei toratecha u'b'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ad ki chem chayenu ve'orech yameinu Omahem nege yomam balayla, nege yomam balayla. Va'ahavat chal tasir, mimenu le'olamim. Baruch ata Adonai, ohev amo
We now invite you, if you are able, to please rise for the declaration of our faith, the oneness that is divine in all living things in each of us. Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'isharecha Leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liod lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. We'll continue singing our way through our service with Mi Chamocha, our prayer of freedom and of joy. May all of those things be abundant for us in the new year. Mi Chamocha. Oops. As soon as Nick has finished tuning his guitar.
You gotta have it right.
Oops. We got it. For freedom, for abundance, and also that we are sheltered by a Sukkat Shalom, a sukkah, a shelter of peace, of wholeness, especially as we head into this new year. We continue with Hashkivenu.
Eloheinu Shalom, V'hamideinu Shomreinu L'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu le'shalom. Amideinu Shomreinu Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Shalom. Hamideinu Shomreinu L'chaim
Let's all take a deep breath together. Can let go of whatever we need to let go of from the year and keep whatever we need to keep from the year as well. We'll continue now with our standing prayers, our Amidah prayers, beginning with Adonai Sifatai. I invite you, if you're able again, to please rise.
Adonai Sifatai tiftachu fi yadi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotinu v'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'mehot, U'mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Le'ma'an Shemo V'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atavra L'Hoshia, Mechakel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayeh HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somek Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, O Matir Asurim, O Mekayem U'Manato, Lishenei Afad, Michamocha Ba'gevurot, U'midah Melach, Melech Memit U'Mekayem, U'Matzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kedoshim b'chol yom yehalelu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. You may be seated, and we'll take a few moments now of silent prayer meditation using the words on the following pages or whatever may be in your heart this Shabbat, this final Shabbat of the secular year. Oseh Shalom, Shalom bimromav, U'yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom, Shalom bimromav, U'yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru Amen. U'yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Amen.
עושה שלום, שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. ועל כל ישראל, amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. There's a song from my teenage years that often gets stuck in my head during this time of the year. Every camp closing circle, every graduation, every going away party, every ending milestone was acknowledged with a rendition of Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day on the acoustic guitar, singing these lyrics in Time of Your Life. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. Familiar to anyone else? Seeing some nods, okay, great. The lyrics that I've always sung to out of habit feel especially poignant right now as we reflect on this past year as well as the year ahead. What turning points have we experienced? What forks in the road did we face? In what ways did we have to make the best of things, even in terrible situations, even in the midst of the most unexpected and unprecedented circumstances? How can we gather the strength to move forward despite them? These themes are also echoed in this week's Torah portion, Vayechi, as we also close out the book of Genesis. This portion finishes the family chronicle that began with Abraham and Sarah and culminated in their grandson Jacob and his children, who become the 12 tribes of Israel. Jacob's second youngest, Joseph, that one with the Technicolor dream coat, became the second in command of Egypt behind Pharaoh. So the entire family ends up leaving Canaan and reuniting with Joseph in Egypt. Vayechi means, and he lived. Jacob lived to a ripe old age, and the portion celebrates the fullness of his life, even as it comes to a close. Surrounded by his family, Jacob blesses each of his children. It's the end of an era and a beginning, as the peaceful time of Jacob and Joseph's family living in Egypt won't last very long, as we may remember setting the stage for Moses and the eventual exodus from Egypt and everything that follows. Jacob had many twists and turns in his life, many forks in the road. His peaceful childhood ends when he tricks his twin brother Esau out of his birthright and must run away from home to escape Esau's wrath. He falls in love with Rachel, but is tricked into marrying Leah first instead. He has many children, reconciles with Esau, and wrestles with a divine messenger, earning the name Yisrael. Jacob also knows heartbreak. He unexpectedly loses Rachel when she is in childbirth with Benjamin, and he thought his beloved son Joseph was killed by a wild animal for many years. This portion, a culmination of one narrative before heading into the next, dovetails with this opportunity to reflect this weekend, to take stock of the year. And similarly, reflecting on this year may elicit moments of both joy and sorrow. Perhaps we are recalling Simcha's joyful moments, celebrating holidays, trips, and vacations. And perhaps this past year also brings painful and bittersweet memories. We may have endured disappointments, unemployment, the ending of a relationship, or the loss of a loved one. Turning the page to a new year can feel like a fresh start, or it can also be a painful reminder of what or who we may be leaving behind. We hold together the bitter, the sweet, and everything in between. And as a Jewish community, it's clear that we are leaving 2023 changed. As the war rages on, as hostages share their stories and more remain in Gaza, As the ugliness of anti-Semitism remains prominent at home and around the world, we may feel like a chapter has ended and a new one has begun. There has been a noticeable shift, and things certainly feel different. I know for many of us that it has been a strange combination of many feelings, perhaps encompassing fear, uncertainty, and loneliness, but perhaps also a newfound sense of pride, resiliency, and a stronger sense of advocacy and being part of the Jewish community. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. Well, here we are. We have all changed and grown in ways both expected and unplanned since January 1st, 2023, in ways we may have anticipated and others that have knocked us off our feet. To the best of our abilities, we've made the best of the cards that we've been dealt. And perhaps instead of, I hope you had the time of your life, we can lift up the idea of vayechi. How have we lived fully this year? To focus on life and on joy, even in the midst of sorrow and pain. How much did we love? How often did we show kindness? How much did we open our hearts to the suffering of others? How much did we feel and experience the full spectrum of human emotion, particularly in these last 3 months? Let us also consider the secular New Year as a marker between the high holy days. This year, an almost halfway point through 5784. While some of us may subscribe to New Year's resolutions, and you're more than welcome to if that works for you, even if you don't, this is still a landing point to stop, to take in the view, and to take stock of the ways that we took inventory of our lives back in September. On Rosh Hashanah, we ask that we be inscribed in the book of lives well lived. So perhaps tonight we can ask, how do we want to write the second half of that book of 5784? This year, may we continue to stand strong against anti-Semitism as Am Yisrael, as the Jewish people. Again, Vayechi is a very fitting Torah portion for us, reminding us that all Jews, both born and chosen, descend from Jacob, from Yisrael, and that we will continue to endure. May we continue to take care of ourselves, especially during these times. On Rosh Hashanah, I spoke about the metaphorical jars of our lives and that creating empty space between our priorities is necessary to not overstuff our lives. So as news of the war, the hostages, and anti-Semitism can breach our lives continuously, especially on social media, and as we navigate our individual priorities and challenges, I hope we can all make space for ourselves. May we continue to take care of each other. May we continue to bring the best of our Jewish values, the best of human values, to those whom we love most in our community. May we continue to show up for those whom turning to a new year will be painful. May we continue to be a light and a blessing to each other and the world. And as we look ahead to 2024, we acknowledge that we can never predict exactly what's ahead. As Master Yoda in Star Wars says, always in motion is the future. But we face whatever may come our way together. When we end a book of Torah and begin a new one, we say, Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. Be strong, and may we be strengthened by each other. I can think of no better blessing for each of us, for our community, for the Jewish people, and perhaps even for the world as we embark on this new secular year. So if you would like to please join me as we bless each other with this ancient phrase of endings and beginnings of hope and strength. Feel free to join me. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. Amen. May we be strong, and may we be strengthened and be strengthened by each other in this new year. Shabbat Shalom. with that, those words of strength still perhaps echoing around us, will move our minds and our hearts to those who are in need of healing, who are perhaps in need of some of that strength, and we can extend our prayers of strength and support and love to all of those who are in need of healing, whether they are named or even if they are not. That compassion and that empathy can really, I believe, do wonders. This evening we are thinking especially of Nancy Ashley, Lori Barr, Sarah Bates, Margie Block, John Bratta, Anthony Castillo, Ann Clark, Bruce Cohen, Mia Cooley, Ella Dubrow, Marilyn Friedman, Alan Goldberg, Carolyn Goldmark. We're thinking of Beth Jasalowitz, Yuri Hoyer, Gisela Canast, Max Feldman, Dan Lang, Bruce Meislish, Minna Melton, Phyllis Miles, Lisa Pena, Ian Phillips, Rashi Prostowski. We're thinking of Stanley Radin, Jessica Rathkoff, Steve Rubenstein, Pam Shear, Rolf Sauer, Reed Wasserstrom, Fred Weiner, Ozzie Zimmer, and Shelley Zimmerman. And any other names that you would like to share this evening as my eyes meet yours.
Serenity, Martin Serenity.
David Herzog. For all those in need of healing, we'll sing together, Misha Berach.
Mishe berach avotenu mekor habracha leimotaynu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe berach imotenu mekor habracha lavotaynu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And let us say Amen.
As a community, we are here to strengthen each other and lift each other up in moments when we are in need of strength for healing, but also in times of happiness and joy. So we want to take a moment to share a simcha, which can be looking backwards from 2023 or also looking forwards into the new year. And if it's not a specific simcha, it can also be anything good that happened or any hope that you may have for the year ahead. So would anyone, with that really vague prompt, would anyone like to share?
Start a really good book series and start tearing it apart with really good friends.
We welcome a new grandson this year.
Welcome. Mazel tov.
I have a new great niece who was born in Israel. She's about a month old. Her name is Moria, and she's my sister's first grandchild.
Mazel tov. Anyone else while I'm right here? Barry.
I successfully signed up for Medicare. Now all I have to do is make it to 65.
Sure, yeah, definitely. Anyone else? those simchas and for hopefully many more in the coming year, we'll sing Shehechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'hinianu b'zman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'hinianu b'zman hazeh.
We'll begin concluding our service now first with Aleinu L'Shabeach, which you can find on page 282 or on our screens. And I invite you, if you are able, to please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, l'atei gidula l'yotzer Bereshit, shelo asanu k'gayei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama,
Shelo sam Elkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu
kechol hamonam,
ve'anachnu
korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei malachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bayom hahu, yihei Adonai echad, u'shemo
echad. We remain standing if we are able as we turn to Kaddish Yatom, our prayer of memory, remembering those whom we've lost recently at this season in years past, and also on this final Shabbat of 2023, we also draw into our hearts all those whom we have lost in this past year. So as we say Shalom to the year, I wanted to offer this reading as we head into Mourner's Kaddish. We say Shalom and not goodbye, for Shalom is goodbye and hello and wholeness and peace, all threaded together in one breath. And in one breath we too say goodbye to a hand to hold, a kiss and a tight embrace. And in the same breath of Shalom, we say hello to an ocean of memories and a rush of emotion, gratitude and sorrow, tears and laughter and trembling and fatigue, all in one breath. We first recall the names of those whom we've lost within the last 30 days and are observing Shloshim. We remember with love Neil Karen, Mike Butts, Bernie Cohen, Allison Lee Smith, Rabbi David Ellenson, and Ken Siegfried. We're also recalling those whom we lost at this season in years past and are observing Yartzeit as we remember Emmons Abelis, Nathaniel Adelstein, Jackson Wolf Axelrod, Isaac Barnett, Rose Blotner, Harlan Boozer Jr., Benjamin Cohen, Doug Cram, Pearl Feibel, John Fleischner, Jim Goldenberg, Lillian Halperin, Lee Robert Hinton, Ernest Jaros, W. Ruth Jarvis, Jean Jenny, E. Michael Levine, Stephen Newman, Joel Warren Salon, Shirley Sugar Regal, and Dan Title. If there are any other names of people whom you are remembering this evening, you're welcome to share them at this time. And thank you, Rabbi. We're also drawing into our hearts all those whom we have lost on October 7th and after. We're on page 294 or on our screens for Kaddish Yatom. Yit Gadal ve'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala u'v'zman kari v'imru Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah mivarach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yit hadar v'yit alev v'yit halal shemei dekudesha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata
tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran ba'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace and wholeness to us, to Israel, to all the world, and let us say together, amen. You may be seated, and I am happy to invite up Becca Foskel as she emerges from the tech/meditation room, our Director of Engagement and Membership, to share some announcements with us as we head into the new year.
Hey, friend, how's it going? So great. Shabbat Shalom and almost Happy New Year. Thank you. We have a new year of adult education starting within the next week or two. We will be starting with our 6-week session class on American Jewish history with Carol Hirsch. The class will be held at 11 a.m. at JCC New Albany through January and February, and that's Sunday mornings. Then on Tuesday, January 9th, we are grateful to welcome back Times of Israel analyst Haviv Redig-Gur for another virtual discussion on the current state of the war in Israel via Zoom at 1 p.m. Moving on to February, we're thrilled to bring back our Holocaust Studies series with Dr. Richard Prostowski on Tuesday evenings at 6 p.m. These classes are free to TBS members and you can all register for all of them on SchulCloud. We also are expecting to hold a few affinity group gatherings through January, including our gamer night and our first meetup for our new crafting crew. Last thing is please note that the TBS office will be closed on Monday, January 1st. For everything, please check out the e-window or register online on SchulCloud. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we'll say again, Chazak, Chazak, V'nit Hazek. May we be strong, may we strengthen each other. And as we turn to our closing prayer, Lechi Lach, no matter where our paths may take us on 2024, may they be with peace and wholeness and blessing, especially being part of this wonderful community. So we'll sing together Lechi Lach on our screens or page 341.
To a land that I will show you. Lech lecha, to a place you do not know. Lechi lach, on your journey I will bless you, and you will be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing, Lechi lach. Lechi lach, and I shall make your name great. Lech lecha, and all shall praise your name. Lechi lach, to the place that I will show you. Lesimchat chayim, lesimchat chayim, lesimchat chayim, lechi lach. You shall be a blessing, and you are a blessing. You shall be a blessing, Lechi lach.
We'll join together for a quick Kiddush and Motzi, and I want to ask, Rabbi, you want to lead us in Kiddush? Yeah, you. Unless there's another rabbi here that I missed. Would you like to? I think you like Manashevitz more than I do.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה וראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, אותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.